Time now for the morning rush. BCSO is asking you to keep an eye out for an endangered missing woman. Take a look at your screen right there. The sheriff's office says 56-year-old Leticia Ortiz was last seen on January 23rd in southwest Albuquerque. Deputies say the circumstances surrounding her disappearance are cause for concerns, but they would not give any other specifics. Kristen.
Increasing cloud cover through the day today. We're going to be looking at some showers, though, breaking out overnight tonight into tomorrow morning over the northwest. The rain and snow will continue to creep in over the state. Very active weather day for tomorrow. Crystal?
In just hours, a sentencing hearing for the teen who killed two in a library shooting will continue. Today, a detention officer could take the stand as the final witness. Nathaniel Jewett opened fire inside the Clovis Library in 2017. Yesterday, his family testified about a rough childhood and a mother who abandoned him. The defense is fighting for a 20-year sentence. The state wants 96 years.
This morning, investigators are working to prove if last week's explosion was a suicide. Albuquerque police have identified the man who detonated the homemade device as 32-year-old Gregory Shoemake. We will keep following this story for you.
A well-known Albuquerque attorney is facing aggravated assault charges for allegedly trying to shoot a client. Here's what the client is claiming. According to the criminal complaint, attorney Mary Schmidt-Nuara was representing a woman who settled with Sandia Labs in a discrimination lawsuit.
And of course, the woman claims during a meeting about the settlement that she has yet to receive Schmidt-Nuara's pointing a gun at her. Now again, new at 6 this morning. On to another story here. A spokesperson for Governor Lujan Grisham is calling an impeachment petition a sham by President Trump supporters who are mostly outside the state. Now she says the governor has gotten strong support in New Mexico. You'll remember a Ruidoso man started an online petition calling for the governor's impeachment because of her call to remove border troops. Now so far that has received 30,000 signatures.
Now up to state lawmakers to decide how much the Department of Transportation will spend on roads and where. They're now working with $900 million in federal and state funding. What they're proposing to fix Highway 31 in Eddy County. Also a few road improvements along I-40 in Bernalillo and Cibola counties. The proposal has bipartisan support.
Another bipartisan bill in the state legislature would take drawing New Mexico's political boundaries out of the hands of state lawmakers. Senate Bill 416 would give the Legislative Council Service the power to redraw districts. Now, if they cannot agree, it would then go to the state Supreme Court to decide. Those for it say it would combat gerrymandering.
As the day presses on, you could see a vote in the House on a compromise deal to fund the government. President Trump's expected to sign it. Lawmakers have until midnight on Friday to pass a deal. That deal provides nearly $1.4 billion for 55 miles of new fencing along the border, far short of the $5.7 billion the president wanted.
As you head out the door this morning, if you drive past Coors and Central, you might notice more police officers. Now, for the last month, police have dedicated one sergeant and 2 officers solely to that area. Mayor Tim Keller says once APD has more officers, he would like to expand the program into other problem areas around the city.
In just a few hours, Mayor Tim Keller is expected to announce a new initiative combating homelessness. The initiative involves UNM. Officials say it will include efforts to expand access to shelter space, as well as behavioral health, addiction, and other health care services.
A proposal to spend millions on the Albuquerque Museum to lure in visitors still needs approval from the City Council. If it's approved, it will then head on to voters. Mayor Tim Keller's administration is laying out its decade plan for capital improvements, calling for $11 million in bond funds for museum projects, as well as money for repairs, and about $7.5 million for an education center.
A bipartisan bill in the state legislature would take drawing New Mexico's political boundaries out of the hands of state lawmakers. Senate Bill 416 would give the Legislative Council Service the power to redraw districts. If they cannot agree, it would go to the state Supreme Court to decide. Those for it say it would combat gerrymandering. I'm sorry, we already had that story on. On to news, new at 6. Bernalillo County is putting up money to help restore the De Anza Motor Lodge. Commissioners approved a $350,000 grant to help develop the motel. The funds were requested by the developer, who's partnering with the city, along with creating a boutique hotel. They're also preserving historic Zuni murals. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index only at 1. It's cold to start, but we'll see cloud cover and warmer than average temperatures today as we climb back into the middle to upper 50s. Crystal?
A local man living with a rare disorder is on a mission to touch the lives of others. Albert Martinez has a passion of reading to children. He's doing just that at Shining Stars Preschool in Rio Rancho, a school for children with developmental disabilities. Martinez hopes this will show people anything is possible.
Tickets are now on sale for tonight's Lobo men's basketball game. They are taking on the San Jose Spartans at 7 p.m. tonight in the Pit. Now, the Spartans are the only team in the Mountain West Conference that has not won a conference game. The Lobos are currently 4-7 in the conference play and 10-13 on the overall season.
Tonight, you'll notice some familiar faces at the game. MMA trainer Greg Jackson, former UFC world champ Holly Holm, and current world champ John Bones Jones, all set to be at the game. Their appearance is part of Jackson's New Mexico Experience campaign. Kristen.
Time now for a check on that Wednesday morning commute. No major accidents or crashes to tell you about. The map looks pretty clear at the moment. And the Big Eye, smooth and quiet, just like we like it. Of course, we'll keep eyes on this for you throughout the morning.
Right now, Balloon Fiesta is ranked 4 when it comes to top events in the nation, but voting is still open. You can improve that. USA Today wants you to vote for your favorite cultural festival. 2 New Mexico events are on this list. The Fiestas de Santa Fe is on the list. It's ranked 11th out of the 18 other festivals. We did post a link for you to vote at alwaysonkRQE.com.
We're taking you back more than 120 years ago on this day. Chama and Monero recorded a foot of snow up there in Rio Arriba County, that is. We could be looking at more of the same coming in with this next storm. Time now for the 5 facts.
All right, number 5 here, MMA trainer Greg Jackson, former UFC world champ Holly Holm, and current world champ John Bones Jones, all set to be at tonight's Lobo basketball game. It's part of Jackson's New Mexico Experience campaign. Jackson and UNM coaches announced a new partnership aimed at promoting Lobo athletics and increased attendance at the games.
At number 4 this morning, CNN Westside students will need to be on alert around campus. Administrators are warning about possible attacks by nesting owls. Now, for safety reasons, the school has put up signs and tape around the area where the owls are nesting. And of course, the great horned owl is a protected species, meaning the school cannot move them.
At number 3, cloudy and mild today. Strong winds and fire danger in the east. We've got showers arriving overnight in the northwest.
Number 2, now you may now notice more police officers patrolling the area of Central and Coors. It's a program in its early stages by Mayor Tim Keller. He says more officers are wanting to get more officers. They want to expand the program into other problem areas of the city.
At number 1, BCSO is asking for your help this morning finding an endangered missing person. 56-year-old Leticia Ortiz was last seen on January 23rd near Tapia Boulevard in Sanford in southwest Albuquerque. Now, she is described as 4'10", Hispanic with brown hair and brown eyes. Now, deputies say the circumstances surrounding her disappearance are cause for concerns, but they would not give any other details at this time.